Hey, what's going on YouTube? Lionel here, and I have a quick video for you guys. I'm actually going to do two videos. Um, so the first video is going to be just my top 10 cheapies. Now, you may have some of these in your collection and may have paid a bit more, but for me, all of these were $30 or less, for I would argue 100 mil. So if it was a 50 mil that I have here, I paid $15. If it's 100 mil, I paid roughly $30. So for me, $30 is considered a cheapie uh, in reference to or in relation to if I go to Sephora, I'm paying $55, $60 for 50 mil of just about anything in there. And the same thing with Dillard's or Macy's, the stores that I have here that are on, just the basic retail fragrances. Now I know places like the Body Shop, maybe places like Lush, uh, maybe a bit cheaper. I don't know about Lush on a per ml basis, but I definitely know that the Body Shop is a bit cheaper. So with that said, let's get into it. Here are my top 10 cheapies, and these are not in order. Um, I won't even try to do an order here. I'll just fly off. I'll grab the first one I see. So the first one I'll grab is the biggest bottle, and it is Pour On um, de Quran, or they call it Quran Pour Home. The house is Quran, which is a Paris company, and a this is a very close sibling. Maybe I would even argue a twin brother of. Let me see if I can show it again. Of the Taste of Heaven. So the Taste of Heaven is a Killian fragrance. Now, Taste of Heaven is smoother. It is a bit sweeter, and you can actually tell. I mean, you know, for us who've probably spent time with fragrances, that Taste of Heaven is definitely a bit of an upgrade. But on a per mil basis, I think Courant pour Homme is roughly 200. I mean, Taste of Heaven is roughly $225. I think we paid. I actually split this. This is a 200 milliliter, and I didn't even pay $70 for it. So think about that. I mean, this was very, very cheap. This is an EDT, but it's very long lasting. It is a lavender vanilla with a bit of herbal sharpness fragrance. Very, very close to Taste of Heaven if you sprayed it, if you smelt it. If you have a, a sample of Taste of Heaven and ran out and was really considering, I would ask you to get a sample of this. And you may be pleasantly surprised because they're very, very close. Actually, I would never buy Taste of Heaven again. I do own Taste of Heaven, but I would never buy it again. I would just buy this one. So that's that. Pour on de Quran is the first fragrance. The second fragrance is from Al Rehab, and it is called Silver. Can you see that? Oh, that way. Let's go this way. So Silver is and this is a EDP. This isn't an EDP. Um, my friends, this is very, very close to Silver Mountain Water. My man, Herbie Sanchez, um, out of NY. I think he's in Jersey now. Peace to you, brother. Um, Says he gets a basil out of this, and I agree. This is a bit more herbal, a bit more vegetable-y, I don't know, vegetable, I don't know, vegetable. I mean, this has a bit of a vegetable note in it, which sort of comes from the basil, or a herbal fragrance. It's an herb that comes from the basil, and they're very, very close. But this is very close to Silver Mountain Water. I will tell you now, Silver Mountain Water is a bit better, but this is a very good alternative for those who cannot get, even on a gray market. I think this thing here, this is 30 mil, 35 mils. It maybe cost me $8 to $9 shipped, maybe. And there's a roll-on, which is an oil, which they said is even better. I haven't got the oil, but they said it is even better than this. So Al Rehab is number two. Number three is going to come from the house of Avon, my man Derek Robinson D. Robe, out of was it Rhode Island? I think where you from? Anyway, he put me on this one. This is called Perceive for Man, and this is a very nice fragrance. Here it is. It is a Chai type of fragrance. Um, very long lasting, very green, very smooth. I mean, it is just a really nice fragrance. It's called Perceive. You can get it on eBay for maybe $10, $12 shipped, and this is 100 mil. And I'm telling you, it is well worth its weight. It is a very good fragrance, very good signature scent, very nice scent to wear just on a day to day. Nice date scent. I mean, it is just a really good, classy, mature man's fragrance, and it's not mature as in habit rogue mature or something like that. It is mature in the fact that it is you know, I, nothing really pops out. It's not like a flashy, sexy fragrance. It is just a really good, wow, you smell good type of fragrance. So that's that. That is Avon Perceive. Another one from the house of Avon is Today and Tomorrow. And actually, Brandon put me on this one. It was one of his fragrances that he liked. And this sort of has a Dolce and Gabbana the One kind of, it's a, sort of a coconut, um, sweetness, little anise or something in there. This is a very nice fragrance. Again, now this isn't as long lasting as Perceive, but this is very nice for a romantic night. It's going to give you about 3 to 4 hours of good projection. It gets pretty close to the skin after about 3 hours. But for the price point, I mean, you can't really overspray this, which makes it even that much more lovely. So Avon Today and Tomorrow for men. You can get this for $7 or $8 on eBay too, and it is a really nice fragrance. I mean, you can see that I've worn it. I mean, it was full. I've worn this quite a few times, but I really didn't reach for it this past winter. But I will reach for it as it starts to cool down. And you can even wear it in the summer if you want something a little more heavier. And it's definitely worth a good it's worth a designer retail for sure. It's sort of a Dolce and One type of thing. Now, the next fragrance comes from the house of Tokyo Milk. Now, when I got this, they were relatively cheap, but I've seen them kind of go up a bit, but still relatively cheap. This is a 50 mil, 40, 49 mil, 48 mil, and this is called Excess. Now, I think my man Kevin Rebong or someone else knows about. There's another one that kind of has a bittersweet, which is kind of like a dessert type gourmandish. This is an amber and blood orange fragrance. This is also an EDP, and it's a very, very good fragrance. I mean, you can get it. You can still get it for 25, $26, maybe. I'm sure it's under $30. And I just love the bottle and design on it. I mean, it is just a really nice, really a lot of detail on it. Fragrance. So, Tokyo Milk. This is more of a fall fragrance, but I mean, you can pull off in the summer if you're confident in it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing something. Hold on. Huh. Oh, okay. I knew I was missing one. Sorry, I was missing my count. The next one is from the house of Lavin. It is Arpege pour Homme. Arpege. Somebody pronounced it, and I still can't do it. So anyway, ARPEG pour Homme. You can get this on eBay relatively cheap, maybe $20 shipped. And man, this is an Irish phrase. Think if Dior On was a bit more in your face. That's what this is. This is a bit sharper, but it's a very, it's not very sweet, but it is a sweet iris fragrance. Sharp, mature, man, and I absolutely adore this thing. I mean, this thing is nice. This is a very nice, sharp, sort of spicy iris that sweetens up as it dries down. Very nice. Look it up. Lavin our page for home. And I'm going to go back through these. I'm not going to list them. I'm just going to go back through them again when I finish. The next one I got for a very, very good price, and it is Valentino por Homme. I think my last review before the Sincerely Natural site, before I did a recommendation for that, I think this was probably my last review. It is kind of it's not blue sugar sweet, but it is sweet. A little spicy, nice. I mean, some people say cotton candy. I don't really get that, but it is sweet. Sort of has like a raspberry, strawberry type of something in it, but it is nice. This is very, very nice. Actually, I saw another bottle for like $20 on I think maybe base notes, and if it doesn't get picked up, I may get that other bottle. Just wait, buddy. I'm sorry, my children are interrupting me. I'm sorry. Now So that is number 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a classic in the community. I won't say much about this. Coconut lime verbena. You see how much of this I've used over the last couple of years. Uh, as long as I can find this, I mean, I'll get it. Very good alternative Virgin Island. This is a bit more, has a bit powdery of a component, a kind of a powdery component, chalky component, but it's definitely worth the price compared to what Virgin Island does on my skin and on a lot of other people's skin. So the next one is from the last two are from the house of Lolita Lampica, and neither of them are the male fragrances. This is Lolita Lampica L. Let me see if you can see that. That's my handwriting. Now, let me tell you what happened. I did have the bottle of this. The bottle was quite girly. It had a little frilly thing on it. It was extremely feminine. I don't really care about that because nobody really sees my collection anyway. But I had a dear friend, and I really wanted her to try it, and I just sent her. I decanted half of it and gave her the other half and the bottle, and she really, really liked it. So I gave it to her, another Facebook fragrance friend. This is this is from Maurice Rossel, and this is New Harlem Musk Ravageur. This is very kin to Musk Ravageur, not as heavy, not as dense, not as complex. I'm sure he had a different budget with that one than he did this one, but this is a very nice fragrance. It's called Lolita Lampica L. Lolita L, and it is gorgeous. Gourmandish, cinnamon, vanilla, man, it is lovely. I think Riley Holden put me on it. Somebody put me on it. Fragrance discussion, and I really, really appreciate it. The final one comes from the house of Lolita, and this is Lolita Lampica. This is the Pour Femme, or this is the feminine one, and I love it. I absolutely adore this fragrance. Sweet, a little spice in it. Quite, it definitely toes the more femme line than it does the hem line or the masculine line, but it is definitely worth it. Um, I adore it. I love it. I get compliments when I wear it. You can see I've worn it down a little bit. I've worn it down a little bit too. So let me go back through these real quick. Avon Today and Tomorrow. That's one. Number 2 is Perceive for Him, Pour Home, and that's another Avon. The next one is Karan Pour Home. That is that one, the green juice, just like Taste of Heaven. I'm sure that's where Killian got his inspiration from. And the next one is Silver, which is Al Rehab fragrance. Silver Al AL-Rehab, and you can find that on eBay very, very cheap. Tokyo Milk, which is the dark series. This is called Excess. Uh, Apres Pour Home, which is a Lavin, Lavin fragrance. The next one is Coconut Lime Verbena, very easy. The next one is Very Valentino Pour Home, Very Valentino Pour Home. The last two, Lolita Lampica L and Lolita Lampica, the feminine version. So that's it for me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you if you've taken the time to watch this video. God bless.